Warning, the Shekel Up Podcast is a podcast created by two ex-degenerates that think they know sports gambling and spent their younger days breaking bookies and never hedging. We are not experts on anything, and everything we say should be taken with a grain of salt. We do not condone illegal sports gambling, and all gambling should be done responsibly. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Now enjoy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Shekel Up Podcast, a podcast where we're not racing anybody and definitely not on the streets. And where college kids need to buckle up and learn their lessons.
Yep.
I'm one of your hosts, Anthony.
I'm your other host, Derck.
And let's talk about it. So, man, what is the problem with kids these days? I don't understand. You know you're going into the NFL draft as a maybe first overall pick, and you risk it by doing dumb shit.
Right.
All the fucking time. Jalen Carter. He just returned to the combine because it's combine season. I don't really like getting into the combine. Like, it's cool to read stats and all that stuff. But like I've told you guys before, I'm a little burnt out on football. But this is not a football story. This is a life lesson story. The Georgia, what is he, a linebacker, defensive end? He probably will play either one in the NFL level. How do you? First of all, did you know he got caught with? It was with the one of the athletic trainers.
Yeah.
Why? Like, I mean, granted, he didn't do anything. Like, it wasn't like he didn't kill anybody. Like, I think his bond was like $4,000. But why, when you know that you got an NFL future, do you put yourself in any kind of jeopardy like that?
Well, you know that we've done some dumb shit as kids, you know.
Yeah, but I didn't.
But not to this level, but I think you can blame a lot of factors on it. Is number one, the pressure that some of these players are put under. That's not an excuse, but also the pressure that social media has put on this younger generation as well. As far as that personal trainer staff or whatever, that could have been an intern that's a student living in the same dorm and stuff, so we don't know that. The only thing I can say is it is a life lesson. I don't know why you would risk anything like that. I'm 37 years old now, so it's like I look at him like, yep, you're going to give me millions of dollars to play a game, I'm not doing anything. But maybe he already got millions of dollars with the NIL.
Yeah. Even if that's the case, you're right. We do dumb shit as kids. I also didn't have a full ride scholarship to the University of Georgia. Mm-hmm. I don't have NFL scouts scouting me to be a first number one overall pick. So if I'm his dad, I'm beating his ass when he goes home. He's getting an old country Georgia ass whooping. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Maybe he's asking not to post his bond.
But it's like, I guess
scared of his dad. You know?
I guess what I mean, like, do stupid stuff. Like, let's bring it into even NFL players a little bit. Like Henry Ruggs, he killed somebody. Mm-hmm. Doing dumb shit. I mean,
yeah.
Why? Like, why do you need to do 150 miles an hour on the Vegas Strip?
Yeah, I don't get that either.
They got racing.
It wasn't racing, but still, like, why are you going that fast? You're gonna get caught. You're on the Vegas Strip.
Well, not even just that, but like, what? Not even like, okay, God forbid you kill anybody, or even kill yourself. What is the point? You got millions of dollars. You can go to a racetrack if you got the need for speed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Like, all right, like it's entitlement. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna sit here and say it. It has nothing to do with being young and dumb. It has to do with everything when it comes to entitlement. I'm this guy, and I can do what I want. I'm gonna be the first number one overall pick in the NFL draft. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we weren't there. We don't know.
I don't give a. You're street racing. I've been there.
I understand
you know what I mean?
that.
Like, that's not.
I'm not
going to
say make excuses for the young man, but
it's entitlement. I'll always say
it's unfortunate, and I think entitlement would have something to do with it. Like, maybe he's thinking, even if I get caught, what are they going to do? Nothing. But then it turned into the event that it turned into, and it's, there's a life lost, and it's very unfortunate. And
I don't know, man. I guess call it jealousy or call it envy or whatever. It's like you were given God-given talent, and you decide to do something stupid because you think that you can and get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that you might go from first to second round now, and that's gonna now you're affecting your money.
Right. Well, that's even if you go at all.
Right.
I mean,
he'll go. He'll go. I mean, there's guys
you don't know what the system's gonna do.
There's Ray Lewis out there that kill people. There.
I think that's a little different.
There's no, but then there's but there's what I'm saying is that there's worse out there, and you can still get a job. You can beat women, like punch them right in the face, have video evidence of it. Joe Mixon, not saying that he's not a good NFL player or hasn't changed, but right before his draft, he got fucking caught knocking a girl out at a restaurant.
Yeah, was it Ray Rice right on the elevator?
Well, they did let him go though, but he was downhill.
Yeah.
So
then you got Kareem Hunt. Well, it's fucking running backs. What the hell?
Notice how you don't see like quarterbacks punching women in the face and street racing and stuff like that. And I don't mean, and I'm talking about
they are too busy getting massages.
Well, yeah, there's that, but at least he wasn't fucking knocking them out and using them as punching bags afterwards. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you can say what you want. We can say what
I just got like one image in my head when he said that. Thanks for the massage.
It'll be like, all right. Now I'm gonna Mike Tyson this bit. But yeah, no, man. I'll move on. But it's just like, fucking, you're not even using your Georgia education to a full extent here. So, I mean, if you're gonna be stupid, at least give the opportunity to somebody else. That's all I'm saying. Somebody that'll appreciate it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. And then since we're talking about college players, did you see that fight? Got 3 players ejected last night. I forgot what game it was, but my man, they were like just playing press defense, and the dude just fucking threw a hook at him. And then after he realized, he's like, "What the fuck?" The other player runs down the court and fucking throws another hook at that dude. It was like, I was like, God damn, man. College basketball is super serious nowadays.
Yeah.
Speaking of college basketball, we talked about the last week. I mentioned something about like power football teams and stuff, Big Ten and SEC. The Big Ten leads with teams in the tournament, like projected in the tournament right now with like 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the SEC. It's got 8.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's pretty cool.
The
like,
Big Ten usually shows out pretty good in the tournament, and then like some years they just light it up, and then they just don't make it to the finals.
Yeah. So. It's so Alabama's right now currently at number 1. Toledo right now is projected to go 13th in their bracket, in their conference, whatever it's called. It's the Midwest bracket over there.
Yeah, I think the MAC championship, they still have that in Cleveland.
I think so.
I went to that a couple years ago with my friend Mike, right before COVID, actually, the year before COVID. It was a lot of fun.
Okay.
Great seats. And not expensive either.
And what do you call it? Kent State's projected to actually win the MAC this year, like consensusly. Like that's a consensus. Like
who?
Kent State.
Oh, Kent. I thought you said Penn State.
No.
What?
No, I'm not that stupid. But yeah, man. So I mean, this is the last weekend. So right now it's just about pretty much teams are set for the most part. It's just about maybe moving up 1 or 2 spots in the seeding and stuff like that. So because this is the last weekend before March Madness actually starts.
Mm-hmm.
Which, speaking of that, if you guys saw, we are going to do a March Madness bracket challenge. $100. You ain't got to pay nothing to get in, but keep listening to the show, and I will tell you how we're going to do it, how you're going to get in, how you can get your spot, because it's limited spots. It's not going to be everybody. I'm not doing 150, 200 people. But yeah, so that'll be real cool. We're excited about getting into that. Andrew, are you ready to watch some soccer this weekend?
Some soccer?
Soccer.
I was going to watch basketball and spring training ball, but I'm sure I can slip in some soccer.
Basketball, I understand. Why are you watching spring training baseball?
I love baseball.
You like 15 to 5
and
scores?
Also the Arnold Palmer Invitational is going on, so I will be watching that as well.
Yeah, golf is stupid. Anyway, soccer.
You just don't understand it.
And you don't understand golf either.
I don't understand golf.
No, I meant soccer. Anyway.
So you're a soccer snob.
I am a soccer snob.
You think because you play soccer that you know more than I do? Because you do.
Yeah, I know that Messi is approaching 800 career goals. So he entered, he started playing back in 2004.
Yeah.
So you're talking about almost 20 years worth of fucking playing. Probably, miss me with that Cristiano Ronaldo shit. Mm-hmm. All right, Messi is the greatest soccer player that's ever lived right now. He's done it all.
Okay.
There's not a whole lot of things that you can say. Maybe talent in their, different stages of prime. You know what I mean? Like a younger Messi. Could he take a younger Ronaldo? Or, not a younger Ronaldo, but Ronaldo in his prime. It's like the Jordan LeBron debate. Cristiano Ronaldo's been around for a while, a little bit too, but not as long as Messi has.
Messi's still in the league, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
no,
okay.
he plays for Paris.
Okay.
So he's won every cup. And he's got records with two different teams. He's got because he plays for Paris now, but he used to play for Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
So he does all that stuff, and he's got records like the most goals for Barcelona that's ever been scored and stuff like that. He's a Tom Brady of soccer, which is why when they remember the football commercial, with him and Peyton Manning, what's the real football?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's why he's in that commercial because. I mean, his household name almost with the whole soccer thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's approaching his 800th career goal, which is 800 goals is it's soccer, man.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
Yeah.
I mean, my son is in soccer and he's on defense most of the time, but when you get to watch him score a goal, that's puts that adrenaline in you. Even as a parent, imagine watching this dude do it 800 times. As a professional in 20 years, that's impressive. I don't care who you are.
Yeah. I will also say that I know a rising star, if not already a superstar, Neymar. He hurt his ankle, so he's going to be out. So all you soccer fans that are all about Neymar, 3 to 4 weeks, ankle sprain, boo-hoo. Messi's still better, but it is what it is. Columbus, we were talking about Columbus Crew, how's your son's favorite team and stuff like that. They got DC United. They got fucking slammed by the Philadelphia Union last weekend. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're good. Philadelphia's good at soccer. Remember what I said. Them Philadelphia teams are going to be on a roll. That includes the Sixers. I don't know. Joel Embiid's foot's hurt again. I don't know. Maybe that's load management. I have no idea.
I love that meme I shared to our page. Who's that player that called out these guys that load manage? How do you feel about load management? I personally hate it.
I would hate it if I went to basketball games. Mm-hmm. Like if I paid. I don't hate it as far because statistically it is proven that a player can go a whole season if they load manage and be better in the playoffs. You got to understand, if they load managed back in the 2000s like they do now, we'd still probably be seeing Yao Ming. Not Yao Ming today, but we probably would have got to see him for more than the 6 years that we saw him for. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just a different league now.
It is, and I still watch it. I just don't respect it like I did growing up in the 90s, watching Jordan, and mostly Kobe for me, and Allen Iverson. He could be a case for the load management as well, because I feel like his career went, because he didn't load manage, but also I am a believer in how you condition your body before, during, and after the season, because Michael Jordan did it, Kobe Bryant did it, and these two guys were assassins on the floor every night. They were feared every night, and we don't see that anymore. So,
I mean, but that's what I mean by different eras. I mean, it's almost like the same debate as Jordan and LeBron, who's the best player. Well, it's a different time. People do different things. It's a different science. I mean, that's like saying, like, oh, back in my day, we just smoked cigarettes. We didn't have people stop smoking cigarettes. Well, dipshit, we found out that it causes cancer, you dumbass. You know what I'm saying? Like,
shit.
Like, does that mean
really?
you're But you know what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, we don't see cigarette commercials anymore. There's no Marlboro
Well, it's
or
illegal. They're illegal now.
or Camel. But I know, but you know what I'm saying, though. Like, even when it wasn't, you saw the dwindling. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you didn't see Joe Camel anymore or anything like that. It's almost the same concept. Well, okay, if you play all 82 games for 35 minutes a night, you're gonna fucking tear something event. Like, statistically, that's proven. So what do I care about more? Do I care about March 11th, Lakers versus Pistons, and LeBron better play his 40 minutes and not sit down? Or do I care about LeBron playing 40 minutes every playoff game for the Lakers so I can win a title?
Obviously, you're going to care more about them playing, in the playoffs.
Okay, so
I get it, and it goes against, my thought is, to be the greatest, you have to have championships, right?
Okay.
So I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I just don't think athletes take care of their bodies the way that they did, back in the night. Like, work. Okay.
You're right. Michael Jordan was staying up till 4 a.m. gambling, drinking, and playing poker, and then playing a game the next morning. Allen Iverson never went to practice and would fucking go score 45 points a night after going on a fucking 20-hour bender at a strip club. That's a known fact.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think players do that much, and they go to strip clubs and stuff, but I think they're hitting the gym, doing yoga, doing their Pilates, and trying to get enough rest before a game.
Managing.
Right, because I want to be healthy and play. If I'm a player, first of all, I don't give a fuck about your money. You know what I'm saying? Or what you're spending to go watch me play. I care about my money. And as opposed to only playing 10 years in the league, and I can play 20 years and make double the money that you made for only playing 10 years,
right?
I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? That's.
And I agree with that concept.
Yeah.
I do get that. I guess my thing is I'm more traditional when it comes to basketball, and I'm just like, if you can play, I think you should play.
Yeah.
Or at least dress for the game. Unless you're hurt, don't be sitting on the bench, just in like some joggers or what.
Okay, so you're.
That's what I'm saying. At least dress.
Well, you're a fan for the game. You're a fan at the game.
Yeah.
You made a point. Let me try to spin that on you. You're a fan at the game, and you see Giannis is load managing tonight. Okay. It's against the Celtics, who, you know what I mean, kind of like a rival now, all right?
Yeah, it is.
And you're a fan there. You're fans. You just paid, what, $120 a ticket for good seats, and you're down by 10 points. You know Giannis is supposed to be load managing, but you're only down by 10 points, and there's 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis can play. He's dressed. What is your thought then?
Yeah, play him.
Why?
Put him in.
Why? You know it's load management. You know he's not supposed to play. You know he was not going to play.
I just think they should be on, ready to go if they're needed.
Well, why?
I mean?
But why
That
for
is my
one
thing.
for one game out of 82 games?
What if that one? And obviously the coach would be smarter than that. I just think it's about leadership and showing, your other teammates, especially being someone like Giannis, who's a monster. He's a monster in the gym. He's a monster on the floor as well.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think he's one that load manages though.
sometimes
does it?
Yeah, but nobody pays attention because they only pay attention to LeBron because LeBron is LeBron Jordan.
Yeah.
Everybody load manages in the league.
Well, then Kawhi Leonard, as well. I think Kawhi Leonard takes it to a whole different level.
As far as
I cannot respect him on
as
that.
far as leadership, you got to talk. You're looking at all these young kids coming to the NBA that know that they're going to load manage. So the leadership that they're seeing and that they're looking at is, oh, he wants to be there for the playoffs. I get it. It's not about why do I give a fuck if we fucking beat the Pelicans, who are the 15th seed in the NBA? I don't give a fuck if we beat or lose, You know what I'm saying?
Right. And so here's the other argument. Since I'm all about business and everything, like,
oh God, here goes.
No. Listen.
They get paid too much.
This team, with these stars, they're going to pack their stadiums most nights. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're going to make their money.
Okay.
And when they just come out and say, "Hey, I'm going to load manage. I'm LeBron. I'm not, like, me personally. I don't give a shit about seeing LeBron anymore. I've seen him play so much. But if I'm going to take my son, like Steph Curry, he's a big fan of Steph Curry. And
yeah.
They're going to play in Detroit or Cleveland. I'm taking him, and I see Steph Curry's not playing. I'm going to be pissed. I've been in that situation where I've wanted to go see LeBron, but we also went to a game right before the playoffs were going to start, so I totally understand that. So as you can see, I'm kind of flip-flopping on the whole thing. Like, during the season, I like to see them play, but, like, as we get closer to the playoffs, yeah, we don't want to risk injury. So I don't really consider that load management.
No, that's load management. That is.
But you're doing it to not risk an injury. Okay, so if I'm load managing,
but that's load management.
In December or January, we got time, for that injury to heal, whatever the injury may be, which we have. There's so many different ways on the argument about it. But I'm just trying to see other people. Like, I can't do anything about the load management. What am I going to do? Go write a fucking article?
Okay. Well, then let me ask you this. Then let me ask you this: load management, yes or no? You in or out? Yeah, there is no gray area here.
There's no gray area.
There's no gray. You can't go. Well, I understand it in playoffs.
I think,
but you can't because that's what you're doing.
Live in that gray area.
Well, you can't
but
because
I can, though.
No, you can.
I created the gray area.
There is no creating the gray area because then you're a hypocrite.
What?
Because you can't sit here and make the point. Like, your point is, I hate load management. That is your original point.
I don't like it.
But you do.
Not to the degree where it's at.
No. But you do.
Yeah, I do not like it.
No, but you agree with it.
Yeah, agree with what?
Load management.
Oh, God damn. I don't want to say yes to that.
So you're like you're like a bitch on. Hey, you're like a bitch on a period. like you don't want sex for 3 weeks and then you hit your period and all of a sudden you want sex.
I've never experienced that. Yeah.
No, that's an old age joke where because women would be like, well, I don't know, I might. They'll make jokes. I see a couple of things on TikTok that are funny, like a woman looking at her husband like in disgust, and then she's like, as soon as she's on her period, she's like, "Ooh, baby."
Yeah, but you can't touch it.
I know it's right. You want what you can't have or not gonna do, or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, or
like,
even
stop. Like, you give me the hand job,
bro.
That's
supposed to be BJ week.
Yeah.
Sorry for all the woman listeners out here. They're probably like, "Oh, these chauvinistic pigs."
If you don't like it, you can just email Tony at shekeluppodcast.com.
That's okay. I don't read the emails anyway. I'm kidding. I do read the emails. Email us. No. So yeah. So you.
I'm in the gray area.
No, there is no gray area.
Yes, there is.
So you hate load management, but
I don't agree. Like, I'm not going to play just because I don't want to play. If you're able to play, then play. Just, if you're going to cut my minutes. Okay, fine,
Andrew,
but still be available.
Why do you work out?
Why do I work out?
Yes.
Apparently so I can lift heavy things and tear my fucking bicep. So.
Okay, but originally, why do you work out? Do you work out for right there, for the next couple of days you want to be strong and buff and look muscular?
I want to look good in the mirror, look good naked.
Okay, how does that work out for you?
How does that work out?
Yeah, as far as like 2 days later.
So. 2 days later.
Yeah, like a day or two later. Do you see your six pack glowing in the dark after a good workout? Like, do you understand
Absolutely.
what? Okay.
Get a good pump going on.
Okay, so when you got to that point, when you first started working out, did that automatically happen?
It did not.
Oh, how long did? Oh, you needed to work out for the future?
I need to keep going.
So you needed to keep doing it.
Yeah.
So that way you were able and physically.
I know where you're going with this. And there's someone listening that's going to be listening right now, and they're going to say, like, yeah, I've been telling you that you need to take it easy in the gym. Actually, there's quite a few people like, you need to take it easy in there because I've been going ham.
And you've been going ham, but it works both ways. Like, you need to work. Like, obviously with load management, you can't just stop playing basketball, right? Like they can't like, oh, I'm gonna take 2 weeks off and come back and be okay. Same thing as lifting weights, right? You have to steadily do it. But at the same time, if you go every day as hard as you can go, because God damn it, I want to be the best motherfucking basketball player in the league. I want to be the strongest motherfucker in the gym. What happened?
That's Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, well, okay.
You just described Kobe Bryant.
Okay,
right
but he also took care of himself. That's an outlier. You can't say, oh, that's Kobe Bryant. Okay, well there's 32 teams, and how many basketball players do they hold on a team, like active?
Do we what?
How many active basketball players are there normally on a team? I know obviously there's a starting 5. Is it 12?
12.
It's 12. Okay, so 32, 12. You got 370 players. There's only one Kobe Bryant in the league. So what is that? 1/100% of the league goes hard all the time. So I want to be like the 100%. I can be included. No, there's only one 100%, and that's Kobe, that's Jordan, that's LeBron, right?
I wouldn't put LeBron in there.
No, but you can, because he takes care of himself.
He does take good care of himself. I cannot discredit that.
Okay, and when he was younger, he did play a lot. He didn't load management when he was younger. But I'm not gonna go to my I know it's not the different, but I'm not gonna fucking go to my basketball games and play all fucking 32 minutes. You know what I mean? I'm gonna sit my ass down.
Yeah.
But you have to. I mean, that's just what you do. And is there a rest day for when you work out?
Saturday, Sunday.
Why is there a rest day? Why are you load managing?
Oh, okay. I need to give my body time to heal.
Oh,
yeah.
Why?
I'm not a professional basketball player.
No,
I'm
you're
37.
but I bet you're stronger than some of the basketball players on the court.
Possibly.
Right. I'm not saying that.
Not in as in.
I'm talking about you. Yeah.
Cardiovascular shape, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I said strongest.
Yeah.
I said you probably could outlift some of the basketball players.
I don't lift though. I don't do that anymore.
Well, you know what? You fucking just make my point. I don't give a fuck, dude. Whether you're jerking off to work out or lift weights, all right? I don't care. I'm just simply saying that science has proven that you need breaks and that it is beneficial to take a break.
Scientifically, yes, I'm sure. But when it comes to,
just like science says, smoking every day causes cancer. You should stop.
Smoking every day depends who you are. You could go out and get hit by a bus and you don't get cancer. So.
And just like they say, science says jerking off every day makes you more handsome. Just saying.
Well, that explains a lot.
Anyway, that's why I'm pretty and you're ugly. Gotcha.
I still think there's a gray area with it. So.
But you can say, but you don't agree with it, but you agree with it. You hate it, but you agree with it.
To certain facts.
No.
Certain point. When you overdo it, that's what I don't like.
I don't know what overdoing it is.
Kawhi Leonard overdoes it.
Well, Kawhi Leonard is not a good basketball player anymore. No. He's hardly ever mentioned.
When he first went to the Clippers, that motherfucker took so much time off. It's like, even though, you have a chance for a championship, and then what do? They got knocked out in, the first fucking round.
Yeah.
Because he was not conditioned.
Because he's overrated.
Oh, overrated and not
He's an overrated basketball player. I don't think he's a good basketball player. You don't even hear about Kawhi Leonard that much anymore. I don't know if it's because he's in a Western Conference or what, but it's.
Yeah.
I mean, Embiid load manages.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so, but, I mean, I'm just saying.
If you overdo it, because I still think if you play in the game as well, that does help you condition. Get you better, ready for the next game.
Okay. What about when you got a back-to-back? How does that help you?
Back-to-back?
A back-to-back, yeah.
They did it all the time.
I know they did it. I know they did it all the time. Again, you're bringing up the 90s. Again, they had smoking sections in the 90s. They don't now, okay? Things evolve and they change. So let's get your head out of the 90s, all right?
No.
We're not talking to 10-year-old Derck anymore.
He was a character.
Evolve with the times. I don't really care. Like I said, I don't go to basketball games too often. If I go to a Detroit Pistons game, I don't expect Embiid to play. So I'm not going to buy a Detroit Pistons ticket.
Right.
Be smart with your money. I mean, if you're pissed because you bought a ticket to go. Be
smart with your money. Listen to our podcast and gamble the way we tell you to.
But now that Cleveland's good, I might go to it's going to be a little more expensive because Cleveland is now good, but Embiid may play now. So now I know I take that gamble. So if you're taking your son to go see Steph Curry against the Pistons, that's your dumbass fault because you should have known. You should have known Steph Curry don't give a fuck about Like, he don't give a fuck about being out there.
But you don't really hear about Steph
50.
Curry load managing that much.
He's
usually playing
because he sits. Oh yeah, if I could fucking sit on the fucking 3-point line all day and just pop them and not have to fucking run and dunk.
I don't think you could.
Like, no, I'm just saying. Like, if that's what I said. If I could, I'd fucking do that too, and I'd never have to worry about like, dude, you got to run from 3-point line to 3-point line.
But at the same time, to shoot myself in the foot again, he does seem to get hurt a lot.
Well, okay.
You know, so.
And especially in his older age.
In his older age.
So, as we get old, we tear our biceps.
What's he, like 33, 34 now?
I honestly don't know.
Sure. I'll look it up later.
He's a little younger than us, and I just turned 35, so I think he's around 33.
You just turned 35? I thought you were my age.
No, you're older than me.
Yep, I am.
That's why you should listen to me.
Maybe not wiser, but
that's why I understand load management.
Yeah, we're just like right at that line. Maybe if I was born like a year later, I'd understand it.
Wow, man, we just carried on like a whole 20-minute conversation of load managing.
Yeah,
Thanks for taking care of half of the podcast here,
Yeah.
Andrew. But it's just funny I think it's just funny that you're a hypocrite. That's fine. It's all right.
I still think there's a gray area.
There's not a gray area.
It's a gray area.
Because if you if you don't believe in load managing.
If it's right before the playoffs, I just think they overdo it.
But that's load managing.
That's what I'm saying. They overdo it.
So you agree with load managing?
Sure, Tony.
Okay, there we go.
No,
ding, ding, ding,
there's
ding.
A gray area.
He said sure, Tony.
No, they overdo it. Can you at least agree to that? They overdo it. In today's day and age, they over fucking do it. That's what I don't agree with.
It also depends on your definition of overdo it. Like I said, I don't think LeBron needs to play against the Pistons. The Pistons. Like I don't think that Steph Curry needs to, fucking.
Well, he just sits on the 3-point line.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, I understand the load managing there. Like, I understand it. I understand also being a customer and paying for a service and going. But like I said,
they don't give a fuck. I get it.
They don't know. Be wise with your fucking money. No. Use your common sense. If they're coming to if you're from Toledo, Ohio, and you're like, I'm gonna go fucking see LeBron play against the Pistons. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're gonna go see not even Anthony Davis. He may be sitting at that point. I don't fucking know. But yeah, use your common sense. Like I thought maybe.
I just think that you should be being a competitor, and and that's what I'm saying.
The only time that
they may. Any picks that we're going on with this week?
Why do you want to get to the picks already, Andrew?
Because you just yelled at me for having a 20-minute conversation about load management.
Because
we need to manage this podcast.
Well, I want you to be honest. Well, because you know why? It's the same thing as a Jordan LeBron debate. There are people on both sides, and they feel strongly about both sides. So that's also another reason why. And I'm going to get to one side.
That's kind of scary that there's people. Anyway, we'll get to that another time, I'm sure.
I mean, do they need? Like I said, is it excessive to take 2 weeks off? Yeah, yes. You probably shouldn't do that, but. You may pay for that later, like you said with conditioning. But the really good players, the really good players in this league, don't do it that excessively. Do they take their days off? Yeah, like I don't expect Joel Embiid to play 2 back-to-backs. Like if he's playing in one game, he's not going to play in the next. If there's a game tonight and game tomorrow, he's not, and I wouldn't want him to, because I need him for the playoffs. I understand that now, even 2-3 months away from the NBA playoffs. So. I've accepted that. I went to Detroit, and I'm one of those people. I went to Detroit to watch the Sixers play. Joel Embiid was out. Got to see that.
And so you're just kicking yourself the entire time, like?
No.
Because you picked that game?
No, because I had never been to an NBA game, so I appreciated just being at an NBA game.
Oh, yeah. It is a good experience.
Yeah, like it was dope, the presentation and all that. See, that's the thing. Like, I go to a game to enjoy the game experience.
Yeah.
Unless, because even with football, like if you go to a football game, you can't see the whole game. 80% of the time, you're watching it on the fucking scoreboard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because you can't see everything on the field. Same thing with basketball, man. Like, you're watching it, but you're watching down what's going on the court, but you're also, like, kind of watching the scoreboard because you can't see it all.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's all right. If I'm going to watch a scoreboard, I'm going to go fucking at home where I can see everything and watch the refs throw off. Never mind. So, that's my bad. I was going to mention the refs fucking up at the Super Bowl.
Let's move on, Tony. Move on. No. The referees that one's done. We're going to put that in the closet. It'll come out later, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's basketball season and it's getting down. But so you said that so we all heard Derck say he's been paying attention to spring training. What do you got for me, man? I know. So the Phillies picked up Trey Turner.
Mm-hmm.
He's been fire. Like if you didn't think the Phillies bats in the playoffs last year were fire, they're going to be more fire this year. Like they're going to be nasty with Trey Turner, and then with Ranger Suarez coming into the fold. And I'm not talking Phillies just because they're my team. You know what I mean? They were the runner-up last year. They went to the World Series.
So we're going to talk about them.
So and they went as a wild card at that. Like, think about that. That's why I love that one-game wild card game, because look what it does for teams, and look what it did for the Phillies. And the Braves the previous year, didn't they win it as a wild card team?
I believe they did, actually. Yeah.
So because there are a lot of people that dislike the wild card in baseball. Not me, because it's kind of like baseball. If you're having a bad, that's why it's a series when you get later in the playoffs, because you can have one bad game, and just like college basketball, man. Like you get that one bad game, that's it, done.
Yep.
Next, get out.
No, I do like the one game wild card. I really do. I mean, it's just
but
put up or shut up. People complain when their team just doesn't perform. Like, well, it's baseball. You know this is coming. You have to put that fucking ball across the plate every pitch. You can't just wind down the clock.
And do me a favor this year, Andrew, when you're watching baseball, pay attention to some of the things that Phillies are doing for me. And I watch a pitcher, Ranger Suarez. He's a Latino pitcher from the Phillies. Dude does not have a pulse. There's nothing. It is fucking blank. He had like maybe one heartbeat in the playoffs, and that's when he actually got to pitch in the NLDS. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, Philly's got some. I mean, if he pans out, if he plays like he did in the playoffs, the Phillies got some nasty pitching, and now they got some nasty bats. The only thing, they'll be missing Bryce Harper until the All-Star game. Yeah. But I mean, it's based kind of like.
What did he hurt again? I heard about that.
He got Tommy John. He hurt his elbow.
Oh God. Yeah.
So yeah, but he played through that in the playoffs. Like he was smacking them out of the park. Like it was the same injury that Brock Purdy had and couldn't throw a football. Mm-hmm. Think about that for a second. And Bryce Harper was out there fucking swinging bats and playing right field.
That's nasty.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he had that during this. Oh wow. That's.
Yeah. Yeah, because he didn't want to get the surgery because they needed surgery, so he just rehabbed it and did what they could. You know what I mean? And then he had that injury, and then he went into the playoffs coming off of that baseball bat coming right off his thumb. I don't know if you remember that injury where he's going to swing and the fucking hit him just kind of right in this area and just fucking
yeah.
Man, I get my hand stuck in a door, not stuck in a door, slammed in a door sometimes, and I'm like, I want to curl up into a grave.
Yeah,
and
you get that nauseous feeling.
Yeah.
You might even punch the door, depending what your name is.
Yeah. No.
And it's just a bad experience. So as far as, obviously everyone knows I'm a Guardians fan. I'm liking what I've seen out of them. I think we're going to have a good season.
Okay.
We've also made some upgrades to the bullpen and to the bats as well. We've done a really good job in the front office just building through these younger players coming up. And I think we've just done an amazing job. And for a small market team that Cleveland is.
Yeah.
So I look to see – I think we're going to have a pretty decent season this year.
Okay.
I think we'll definitely see a playoff run out of Cleveland. Obviously, we're still in spring training, so a lot can happen. As far as the other teams, I've watched.
Detroit doesn't look too bad.
Detroit doesn't look too bad. Detroit's been improving year after year.
Yeah, I don't think they're necessarily going to be a playoff team yet.
Well, and we're local. If you want to really get a good look at what Detroit's going to be like, pay attention to the Mud Hens.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's their AAA team, and when they get caught up, just take a look at what they have there, because a lot of those guys will be caught up.
Speaking of the Mud Hens, I went to a Walleyes game last Sunday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
They win?
6-1.
How many fights?
5.
Nice.
5.
6
and
points.
like, okay,
5
so
fights.
okay, so it actually was 5-1, but the refs. I've never seen a review in hockey happen. while I'm at a game, I've never seen a review and seen how it works. So the Walleye scored one, but as they scored one, the Wichita player dislodged the goal, like from the pipe. Like, you know what I mean? How you can move the net and whatnot. And so they called no goal, and then they reviewed it, and it was still no. It was a goal. It was even everybody in that room was like, whatever. So Wichita went up in the first 3 minutes of the game, 1-0, and then after that was all she wrote. The Walleye done scored 6 unanswered.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there was a couple of fights. Some were just kind of randomly started happening, dude. But so a Walleye player checked the fuck out of a Wichita player. Like the Wichita player when he got checked was off his skates. He wasn't even close to being on the ground. It wasn't a slip and fall. It was his feet came out from underneath him. And fucking got slammed.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like a Mortal Kombat fight where you pick your character. They fucking took the gloves off. They skated in a circle all around to the middle and with their fucking dukes up and shit like that. And then they just fucking started going.
It.
Yeah, they started going at it. But see, that was usually when they see the fights, like somebody got checked and they start fighting at the board, and it kind of happened simultaneously. It was like the refs were waiting around for the fight to happen. Like it was like somebody said, "Hey, we're about to fight in 3, 2, 1," and then they played music, and the refs just kind of stood there, and then they circled around with their dukes up. It was pretty cool. You don't see that. I don't see that often. I know you see fights, but it was normally I checked you too hard against the board, and so I grab you, throw you against the board, and now we're fighting. It's not I'm fucking this motherfucker. I'm gonna take my gloves off, and they start playing.
The last game I was at, I felt like the referees got involved way too quick. I mean, I think the rule is once someone hits the ground, it's over.
Yeah. And at the end, a couple players got ejected because they're yapping at the bench, but the dude hip tossed the other hockey player and got 10 minutes. Got 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah. So, because you're not allowed to take them off, you're not allowed to throw them off their skates. You can punch and stuff like that and move around, but he picked him up and hip tossed him onto the ice. So.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, Walleye games are a lot of fun.
They were, but that was probably a more exciting one that I had been to in a while and stuff like that. It was entertaining. I was tired as fuck though, because I played a doubleheader in basketball that day. So my ass, I was sitting there at 8:00.
You should have load managed.
Yeah, I should have. Unfortunately, I'm like Jordan, man. I gotta play all my minutes.
Go ham.
Yeah, and I pull my hammy.
So, I guess speaking of hockey, what's new?
I do want to say this. I mentioned the Boston Bruins last week.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I didn't realize the domination that they have. They have not scored less than 3 this month yet, and they only scored less than 3 once last month, and in January only scored less than 3 in January.
That's crazy.
Other than that, dude, it was it was anywhere from 3 to 6 goals a game in a game. And it was, I seen a lot of 5 and 6. It was, bro.
Yeah.
The Boston Bruins are the truth this year. There's nobody beating them. So if you can get a plus money on the Boston Bruins, take them now. To win the whole thing.
To win it all.
On the money line, yeah. If you get the Boston Bruins plus anything, dude, I'd be comfortable enough to put $500 on them.
So you could even include them with the parlay as well.
Yeah,
regular season, because it's very well, hockey is hard to bet on, but it's easy to bet on. But
when you're good, you're good. You know who the good teams are. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, there's nobody beating the Boston Bruins this year. Not from what I've seen. The only thing that I like is I like the Seattle Kraken because of their colors. I think they're this Under Armour shirt that I'm wearing today, Andrew. Mm-hmm. It's these are the colors almost. This light ass bluish green and then a dark green. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think they try to be like the Seattle Seahawks, how they kind of got those unique colors.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Andrew, what bets do you got for me today?
Bets do I have? Okay, I got a mixture of them. That's what I do like. Even though football season's over, I do like this part of the year because I can pick some different things without just focusing solely on football. So, NBA basketball. Tomorrow, the Cavs take on the Pistons.
Okay.
And the Cavs are at home, but I'm taking the under still of under 223.5. So still going to take the under on that.
Okay.
Because like we talked about, there is going to be some load management. But
I hear you.
Also NBA basketball. I got the Miami Heat to cover -1.5 against the Hawks in Atlanta.
Okay.
Next, we're going to go to Ivy League and basketball.
Okay, you don't need to fucking give me a fucking college syllabus, man. Just give me the goddamn games.
Oh, no.
First, we're going to go to bullet point 12-3, and we're going to go to this section 5.
You're going to hear my words today, okay? Ivy League, Cornell versus Columbia. I am taking Cornell.
What is this, The Office?
Yeah. I actually started watching Cornell because of The Office. And last year they did pretty well making me some money towards the beginning of the season.
I'm going to Dwight you, and I'm going to come in with a Cornell shirt on.
One of my favorite episodes.
So fun fact. Okay, this is a little outside of sports here. I know we're pressed a little bit to get the bets out, but so I've never seen The Office until about 2 months ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Sarah actually. It's one of her favorite things.
Yeah.
One of her favorite shows.
It is my favorite show.
And
on
I
TV.
just never got into sitcoms like that, or I don't even know if it's a sitcom. I don't know what you would call it.
It is a sitcom, but
I never watched Friends. I never watched Roseanne. Like I know what they are, and I know the characters' names and stuff like that. But I never got into it because I never watched that. I watched that 70s show sporadically, but not like it's like, oh, that 70s show's on. Like I just don't watch that type of shit.
Yeah.
But it's made me laugh, and it's been very entertaining. There are a couple parts in there that are nice.
I'm probably through it on like that. I probably watched it like 10 times through or more.
Yeah.
And I always pick up new shit.
Well, and it's easy. Yeah. So does Sarah. Sarah's like, I never realized that he said that before. And I'm like, yeah, I guess, yeah.
It is.
But yeah, no, like I find it cool. It's funny. Like it makes me laugh, and it's 20 minutes, so it's easy. Like if it was like an hour-long show, I'm out.
Yeah.
But.
So,
yeah,
but
anyway,
but even on Peacock, they have like some of the stuff that they've taken out. Like one of my favorite episodes is when Robert California was drunk off his ass and closed one of the branches overnight, and they were fighting over these leads and everything. You got to watch the episode, but like you always pick up new stuff in that episode.
So we're like in season 5.
Okay.
Oh no, maybe 4.
Yeah,
season 4.
Okay, so I don't think you two Robert California yet. So
okay.
She'll know what I'm talking about.
Like the last episode I just watched, that we just watched was Pam. Jim bought Pam the house.
Oh yeah.
So that's where I'm at. So.
with that clown picture that came from off the wall. Yeah. Also a great episode.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, that's where I'm at. Anyway, continue with your Cornell bets, man.
Yeah. So I'm just taking Cornell in that. I'm taking a couple golf bets. Scotty Scheffler plus 750 to win the Arnold Palmer Invitational, or if you just want to have fuck it money.
Yeah.
I laid some on Tony Finau at plus 2,500. So just why not? You never know. Hockey, I did go with the Pittsburgh Penguins at plus 150 versus the Florida Panthers, and that's what I have for you this week. We can post those up on social media, and I'm also going to throw a couple parlays together Saturday and Sunday. We can post those up as well, but I always do those the day of.
Okay. So the Columbus Crew are a plus. Actually, it's a plus 100 for them to win outright. Because they don't do score lines, obviously, in soccer. They do. So the Columbus Crew, DC United. Columbus Crew against DC United.
Okay.
I'm taking the Columbus Crew on that one. Get a little bit of soccer action, yo.
Mm-hmm.
I know later this weekend, or before our next podcast, what do you call it? Man City. We're going with soccer bets today, man. So Man City is playing Brule or some shit like that. I don't know how to pronounce it. Barney, Blarn, I don't fucking know. But take them. They're probably like a minus 190. Take them. They're strong to actually win. So because if you don't know anything about betting soccer, they go win, draw, lose, and it's always by the home team. So it's not like obviously the draw is both of them, but they're going off of the home team. So if the number says win plus 100, that means the home team's going to win. Draw, that means they're both going to draw. The maybe plus 400 for them to lose is the home team losing. So that's how that works. If you don't know how to bet soccer,
have you ever parlayed soccer?
Fuck no, I don't want to. I'm trying to get the game lines down first
Okay,
before
I'm just asking.
I dip into that.
I met a guy last week at a diaper party that he will parlay tennis, and he makes a killing off it. So I'm actually going to be learning about that. So he said it's just so easy. It's so easy. So yeah, we'll get into that later. So
all right. So and then hockey, Carolina Hurricanes -1.5 against the Coyotes. Go ahead and take Carolina. And then the Golden Knights are a +1.5 against the New Jersey Devils. I say take the Devils in that one. And those are my few bets coming up for the weekend there. But watch those soccer matches. I'm telling you, it's fun. You guys, America would like soccer if they actually just watched it. Like, if it wasn't on at 7 in the morning or 6 in the morning, America would watch soccer, and they would love it because it's more of a physical sport than people think it is.
It is. I went to a Columbus Crew game. So I'm going to tell a little story here. Proud dad moment. All right. My son was on the team last year and in the spring, and they won a couple tournaments, so they were being recognized at the Columbus Crew game.
Okay.
So we took him and his cousin, who's his teammate, to this game and for his team to be up on the Jumbotron. And the game, I really enjoyed it. I mean, especially hearing two 10-year-olds talk shit about professional soccer players. That was funny as well. But, yeah, I am a soccer fan now. I can actually say I enjoy it. I watched the World Cup. I'm learning more about it. I do enjoy watching it. I will be going to a couple of Crew games this year. I got a couple connections on that. We'll have to do a couple together, I'm sure. It is fun to watch. You just have to understand it and appreciate what these athletes are doing.
Yeah, for sure. And, while they're kicking the ball around, we are going to kick it out of here. So if you enjoyed this episode of the Shekel Up Podcast, please like, subscribe, leave us a review. 1-star, fuck you. 5-star, great. We love you. But yeah, I know I mentioned the March Madness bracket. So what we're going to do here is you have to like the Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to the YouTube. You send me screenshots of that, and I will give you the password to get into the bracket challenge. This is to win $100. You don't got to pay anything to get into it. So like, subscribe, and do all that stuff. Also, leave a review if you can. I know some of the streaming services do not offer, leaving an actual review. But if you listen to us on Apple Podcast, go ahead and definitely leave us one because we really could use those reviews. They help people find the podcast and all that. So definitely we want to do that. But just make sure that you do that stuff, and I'll get you the password. And definitely, this will be fun. March Madness starts next week, right, Derck?
Yep.
Okay. And do you have anything else, buddy?
I got nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, I'm just going to shut the fuck up.
All right. Email us at shekeluppodcast@gmail.com, and have a great night, everybody.